Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results.
So stressful when the world's on fire. Good God. I can't look at this, guys. Like, my strategy is you buy it and you hope that you got a good spot. Yeah, but we all think you're crazy. You don't fight this. No way. The markets are freaking out and you don't think that anything is wrong? Come back tomorrow and I'll lose it all. Should be fine.
Good morning, everybody. A little behind here, sorry. I was like, totally forgot about PPI. US core PPI month over month spot 7 versus the expected spot 2. And the headline US PPI month over month spot 5 versus the expected spot 2. Now, the treasuries are down about 5 ticks off of this. That seems like a little light,
Block sell.
considering how big of a deal that hot PPI is. Well, maybe not the end of the world, because we were getting PPI levels that were less than expected, and we know that there are some distortions in there because of not only tariffs, but because of the disruptions to record collection during the government shutdown. So the market seems to be taking this on the nose. We got an interesting setup, and I'm not quite sure how to play it. Maybe you guys can help me sort this out. So let's come over here first. The treasuries. Okay, so far we're within the range. Let's just note that treasuries are pretty low relative to like the past year. All right. So quite a ways down before you're like breaking new levels, but we're down there. Okay. Now the S&P 500 took quite a tumble yesterday, and it seemed to start in Microsoft, as we identified yesterday. But it really kind of spread, and we saw some huge bids into all of the commodities. But by the end of it all, well, as you see here, so here's oil. Well, oil gave back almost all of its gains for the day in the overnight session. Gold, after starting out big, gold took a huge tumble. Silver took a huge tumble. Copper took a huge tumble. So it is like risk off just completely across the board. And we got the Japanese yen doing okay. Dollar, okay. Well, the dollar's been hurting, but it seems to be in a regression channel right now. And then Bitcoin also took a major tumble. So something about perhaps the equity market taking a puke there yesterday caused deleveraging across the board. And yes, there was a bid to safety in the treasuries, but because treasury volatility is so low, it really didn't affect the treasuries or the interest rate very much, if at all. By the way, we're 5 minutes past here, and the spread on the micro yields is still really, really wild, and not a lot of people taking trades in the micro yields either. So that just kind of shows you where we're at in the treasury market. Volatility is really low, and when volatility is low, the retail traders disappear. And I don't think that we're probably like the only ones. Like, honestly, if I came in here and I just hit it, I would be the only person. But probably one of only 2 people that have taken a trade in the micro 10 today after a PPI. That's pretty wild, don't you think? Now, here's some of the other things that are going on, though. In the S&P 500, at around 6,900, actually, let's pull it up again still. think we still have some weird gamma in here. Yeah, so at, let's see here, 69.50, you still have really positive gamma, and that's probably saving them right now. But if we're able to get below the 6,900, then they could really puke. Another thing is, it will be really hard for me to find it, but at least according to, I believe it was the JP Morgan quants, that the end of month rebalancing is pretty like 20 billion worth of selling in the equities. So I see Gamma kind of saying this isn't going to go anywhere. The end of month rebalancing saying sell. The PPI saying probably sell, probably bonds and treasuries down. Okay. And then we've got the Federal Reserve Chairman. So Trump confirms that Kevin Warsh will be the next Fed chair nominee. Kevin Warsh is seen as kind of the more, should I say, legitimate pick? Like he has some Fed experience, and he is maybe a little bit more hawkish than the other picks. But I think that the main reason why they say that Kevin Warsh is more hawkish is because he's been very critical of the Federal Reserve holding a large balance sheet. That's kind of one of the things that he's harped on. But the problem there is we've basically already reduced the balance sheet as low as the market can seem to handle. Like if you start to reduce it more, the banks and everyone start to experience serious stress. So we would like to see that go down to zero someday, but it's going to take a long time for that to all filter through and for those bonds to expire and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know if there's anything he can do there. But you know, that is a market force in here. And so we're kind of stuck between this PPI and Kevin Warsh, which is probably bringing in sell flows, and the gamma in the S&P 500 kind of holding things where they are, and the end of month rebalancing being a sell, and or like causing degrossing and panic, which is causing a bid in the treasuries. And so on the balance of flows, I kind of feel that we could see some large flows today in the treasury, but I'm not sure if it will be up or down. Maybe we'll see a real battle. Maybe these guys will clash and we'll find out which side. You know, we haven't seen a battle like that in the treasuries in quite some time. That might be interesting, huh? No liquidity in the ESES in panic mode. Well, I mean, there's PPI, but PayPal says real battle. By the way, good morning, Uzi. Well, we're just going to let that simmer. And in the meantime, I want to try and debug my indicator over here. So I'm going to pull up Visual Studio. Had no issues with it this morning. Yeah, but I'm still working on getting a synthetic dollar index with a setting that allows you to enable daily volatility levels on it, and it will just put them on there for you. Putting it on DX, yes. And the issue seems to be that the daily volatility levels is basically getting zero for the open. So our method here for, you know, what it does, how it gets the opening price and everything seems broken. So the fastest way to fix this, I think, is to just is to just use the debugger. I was gotta check something here. On the dollar index here when I make it. Use input is true. All right, well, I shall see what it does. NinjaTrader isn't exactly great at making your own easily referenced data series. Yeah, well, so the issue, the reason that we're having a problem is this. The default input series in NinjaTrader is the close, and we need the open. I guess there's a slight difference between open and close, and maybe it doesn't matter, but we want the open. And so I'm directly referencing the open, but that doesn't work if it's an indicator on an indicator. So then you have to use the input, something called input. And you can like switch input, but because we're doing both like indicator on indicator and direct, there's some issues with that. And I thought I had a solution. It seems to not be working. Maybe it's just a really stupid issue. I do kind of wish that you could, you like in a strategy, you can say, okay, here's an indicator, and then add indicator to chart. You can't do that from within another indicator, the add indicator to chart. It's only a strategy method. So that means that I had to add plots for all of the plots in the indicator that we're adding and copy them over every bar and all that kind of crap, which is kind of annoying. Okay, so we should be able to add volatility. Okay, and get the debug point. Yes. Use input is true. Return input of 0. Which is going to be a 0, isn't it? Yes. Okay. You gotta hit up the DMV. Oh, that sucks. Probably shouldn't call hitting it up, though. Have to run some errands at the DMV. I'm not sure there's any way to say I'm going to the DMV that doesn't sound like there's some sort of insinuation or code word about what that means. I gotta get a new oh, okay. Getting a new license, that would be an important thing to do. Okay, daily volatility levels, input. Oh. Oh, those are the opens. Oh, this is easy. This is easy. I just need to take this, all this code right here that is if we show the volatility. And I just need to do it at the very end of the on bar changed instead of at the beginning. Because I'm trying to do it at the beginning when delta open hasn't been set. Ta-da! Okay. Yeah, it's better. I think we fixed that bug at least. It looks like silver's plunged into correction territory. Yeah. Well, I wonder if it's as simple as something like some big fund had a really big position in Microsoft and that went poorly, and so they had to bail on all of their positions in commodities elsewhere or something like that. Who knows? Like the crazy thing with silver is that correction territory is still 97. Well, I prefer to stay over 100. But like that's still only like where we were a few days ago because it just went up so quickly. Yeah, the auto scaling. So the auto scaling suggests to me that perhaps the defaults we're passing into it are wrong. What do we got here? Now let's minimize that so that I don't mix up what I'm on. So it's actually printing values. Probably these bars are transparent, perhaps? No. So if I'm getting a value on all of them, why is it not drawing the line? Is my first question. There's more to it, apparently. That's really weird. Like, I'm really, really confused at how it can be giving a value and the price markers are all showing stuff. Oh, it's only for the last bar, actually. Well, that makes it even more confusing to me, to be honest. Okay, so well, there's one thing that's missing on here. Yeah, but if I turn off overlay, then how will it know? I don't think that that'll fix it. The scaling thing. So if I come in here, and what is that? Auto scale right there. F. It'll still. Because how does it know how to scale it on this main, you know, like the DX is still part of the scale too. Yeah, but the IV values are too far away. So another thing here. Where's my new shell window? DX volatility. Okay. So it collected the volatility. 7.01. Yeah, they shouldn't be that far away. And I'm using 15.81 as the this scalar or whatever we call it. The factor. The factor is 15.81. So why does that create such a crazy... So I'm just noticing that it's missing the open value. So let's do that. Reg open value 0 equals. Oh wait, what's this? Oh, that's weird. I found well, it's not a bug, but maybe just an oversight in my daily volatility levels indicator that the these things are copied twice. The math is different because a DXY chart would have tick values. I thought. Okay. Well, first of all, it's giving us the open values and the extra ones now, I think. Yeah. Now those are all filled. I'm not sure why Oh, no, no, no. It looks... That looks good. Except for... Uh-huh. And then they start filling in. Uh-huh. Okay, that's correct. Okay, so I think I fixed one problem. I don't know why it's not drawing the lines still. I fixed one problem. Okay, so your theory is that it has to do with ticks. Let's see. Because I don't think that I actually use ticks in the calculation, do I? Yeah, no, I calculate the exact price values. The synthetic index is 2 decimal points and DXY is 3. What do you mean by that? So you're saying like the $index right now is 7.06 or 7.01. No. The yen is like 3.73 and the $index is 7.01. There's definitely something going on there though, because given the values that we have, like a 7 versus a 3 doesn't explain why they're so far away. Okay, let's see here. $index is quoted xx.xxx. And the synthetic $index is xx.xx. I'm not sure I see how that would necessarily cause a problem. If you had a DXY chart, oh, okay. Open. Okay, so let me see if I understand what you're saying here. You're saying that because we're looking one chart that is like, what are we at? 90. This is 96.4, and you're saying that the DXY is like something else. It is like, well, that this one is quoted as like, and you're saying that the DXY is 96.4, or maybe we'll put 1 like that. You're saying that's the difference? Where's my trading view? US dollar currency index is 96.662. I mean, it could be because the volatility is not actually 7. It's actually 0.7. Current futures is 96.550. The synthetic is 96.47. I think running the math on the 2 decimal places. See, I don't see why that would make sense because well, let's remember what our calculation is, shall we? So we get the value. So price and then times current let's just call it V divided by the factor times 0.01 because it's a percent. And that's basically it, right? So if we've got here 96.411 versus 95.4, right? This part of the calculation all stays the same. And the difference between the 0.11 and the, or 411 and 400 is like nil. But we could come in and say for the factor, oh, I can't change it from in here. I have to change it from in here. I'm saying that the factor is 15.81. Wait, am I passing the values incorrect? Maybe the order of them changed. Aha! That's the problem right there. So I have the factor and the default volatility. Well, let's make the default volatility 7. Mixed around. I might need to... Oh. Well, now, wait a second. Why is the F... Now, why is it doing that? Yeah, that looks more like it. If I click the F, no, wait. So if I come in here, all those values are, but some of these targets over here are 0. So what's happening is they're down here until it gets to there and then it snaps up. So I need to just come in and check and be like, see, you don't run into this in the regular indicator because it just doesn't process that until it's first been a regular session. But this one, we're just checking at every bar. So I'm just going to put in a little hacky if statement that says if vol dot reg up target 100 equals does not equal 0, then we set them. Need to drink more water. I get so focused that I don't drink. Okay. So now we refresh and we hit the F. And yes, we're good. Okay, so we fixed that. So, problem number 2. Well, okay, so we fixed the calculations. I think we fixed the calculations. I mean, like, it kind of seems a little bit extravagant to me that, well, maybe not. Given the moves that we've had in the dollar index, is probably 7 is probably a little bit high for today, isn't it? About why isn't it drawing the line? It puts the values, but it doesn't draw the line. It's so dumb that we don't get DXY data by default. Well, it's weird that the CME does not have a dollar index. Is really but I think that ICE has some sort of beat them to it or something, and I don't know. We get all the other currencies except for the one that we use. Wow. I don't know. Is there like a patent or a copyright on the dollar index or something so that ICE has it and nobody else can do it? Or is it just the CME has never bothered to make a dollar index instrument? I don't get it. Seems like an opportunity there for them. But my thing is, it's dumb that NinjaTrader has never bothered to make a synthetic instrument. If they just had a synthetic instrument where you could define the formula for it and all that stuff was built in, and then you could just put the dollar index directly on a chart and then add any indicator to it that you want, and you wouldn't have to mess with this stuff, right? All right. So, have these plots. They're plotting lines and stuff. We're setting the values down in here. They are not showing up on the bottom data series. Is it because it must be because I'm overwriting the drawing code in the because we have our own. Yeah, it's got to be that. Okay, this gets messed. Oh my gosh, this could be really annoying. Okay, so if my theory is correct, then coming into this dollar index and changing the chart type from candles to line on close will fix it and make the lines come back. Ta-da! Okay. Interesting. Okay, so because I am overriding the on render method when you do it in candles, my on render method doesn't have anything to draw the lines. I wonder if you can see. I don't think you can. If you can see their on render method. Let's see here. On render, base on render, go to definition. Yeah, just get a virtual void on render. Okay, let's ask ChatGPT. I may have to. I'm probably what's going to happen is I'm going to have to make my own code to draw the data series, which super annoying. Is it worth it though? I don't know. Well, so here's a question. If I do this and then I'm wondering if I just draw them on, if I do both, if it will do it. This might work. I'm really hopeful. I'm so smart. Okay, except for that the issue is that you're gonna have this price series, right? Well, this was a very niche thing. Most users of the IV indicator would just plop on a DXY chart if you totally would. I mean, if you have the right data, you might have access to DXY. Like if you still had whatever it's called. So I'm still kind of stuck at is the levels maybe too wide, but I mean, it did go down there and touch it and bounce, didn't it? So you still got the auto scale. Oh well. Anyways, funny. As I was writing the question to ChatGPT, I answered my own question. It's annoying that I can pull up the DX symbol, but the chart is blank. Oh, yeah. because you need ICE data, right? If for DX, like slash DX, if you pay $100 a month for a data provider that provides DX, which you can get through NinjaTrader, if you're doing what are their names? I don't even remember their names anymore. Kinetic, yeah. If you're getting kinetic data and you pay for ICE, then you would get it. You get it for free on E-Trade. DX? And not delayed? I bet you that you probably get it delayed on E-Trade. So down in here in the properties, is there when I set the candle type? Where's that property? Bar outline, brush, down brush, up brush, grayiest chart type. Of course. Yeah, I thought so. So I'm going to have to make a backing private variable. And then in here, I forget, it's been so long I forget the syntax for it. Ah, yes, there. Get return our backing variable set our backing variable value, but then we're also going to if value equals candles. Then we set okay, so then how do I set the color of a data series? No. Plots of 0 dot brush equals brushes dot transparent. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I get everything but that. That's funny. Okay, did not like that. Oops. Handles. I think it's because I just didn't like set a default. Let's try that again. Did that like completely remove it from the chart? It did. That's crazy. But maybe it needed to because I changed one of the key properties. Maybe it just needed to. All right. What do we have here? Where is it? Oh. It is failing. So it's not even showing up in the list. Oh. Probably I need to say like gosh. No. I was looking for synthetic dollar index. Okay, wait. This is all wrong. I'm trying to set a plot at a point where you can't set a plot. So that method's not going to work. What I actually need is right here. Clean this up a little bit, which has a risk of, there is a risk in doing this. I introduced another break, but I think we're okay. In here, say plots of 0 dot brush equals brushes dot transparent. Dollar index, it's back. Override expiry, I think we keep that off. Okay. Nope, it doesn't like that. Oh, Seth, what did you break? Classic. We're going to have to debug. No, I'm really confused. Well, it gave me an error and was like not drawing, right? And now it doesn't do anything. So what's with that? Let's just try this again. Should be able to just put it straight on the chart and have it do the thing. Okay. Weird. Let me undo those two lines. Actually, no. Let's do this. Okay. F5. So, this is so weird. It looks to me like the part that adds, well, let's see here. Oh, it's just not getting any values for this synthetic dollar index for some reason. Gotta run? All right, I'll see you Monday. If we fix it, we'll send you the update. Anyways. Gonna change this plots thing. Am I just not able to access it from there? I am not. And then from then on out, it's broken because it's transparent, huh? Wait, why would that matter? Index, pink, whatever. Then it comes back. What? What? That's so weird. And why is this over here? Oh, it's not showing the volatility because they don't have it on. Of course. Durr, Seth. Durr, 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 durr. Okay, that's all fine. That's all fine and good. But if I set the index to transparent, oh wait, now it works? Now it works? What? What? I don't understand. I really don't understand. Okay. Let's try this again. So the first thing is that this should be here. I know you can't see what I'm talking about. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay. If I come in and I change the type to line on close, granted the indexes is transparent, but line on close, apply. Okay. Transparent. Candles. Okay. That's what we want. Now, if I change it to like Azure, okay, you can kind of see it kind of changes the way that that candle looks. Now I do this thing where I say change the plot. If I'm on candles, then make that plot transparent. Okay, now it works. But then if I come back into here and I turn off show volatility, then I get nothing. I see. Why is that? So why has it been broken when we're not showing volatility? Wait, where is the index value? Oh, because the index is transparent. It won't draw it. Maybe. That's not it either. Well, it still came in and said, made it transparent. Yeah. That's no problem. So what happens is, if a data series is set as transparent, then NinjaTrader says, oh, it's transparent. I don't even need to do anything. So then it goes, oh, well, I don't have any plots on here. So I just skip, essentially. So it draws the candles, and then the base on render clears everything because it's transparent. Because what I'm doing is I'm saying, run my render and then run their render, right? What if I do the opposite? What if I always run their render and then I run my render on top of it? Not quite, maybe. That bothers me. It's probably... Oh, maybe I don't need... That's the render. It's not a line on close. Okay. Doing my drawings. Continue to that. All right. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. I think that's it. Okay, so I'm gonna clean everything up here just to be doubly sure that I've got it working in all circumstances. So we add the synthetic dollar index. By default, volatility is going to be off. There's going to be an orange line for the index. We are on candles. Okay. All right, it adds it. And it is drawing the line. But if I come in here and I make it transparent, then does it like not draw anything? Yeah. That didn't fix it. Very interesting. It's doing draw candle. Well, we had it fixed there for a second, didn't we? Man, isn't that weird? So like, well, if we come in and we have it set to show volatility, then it's fine, right? See, we didn't have this problem before because it didn't matter what the color of the line was. We were just always overwriting it. And now that we get this, it's not... Yeah. Okay, so... what we need to do is this. If show volatility is enabled. then phase dot on render. I just saw Ubisoft's stock. It looks as hilariously terrible as Ubisoft deserves. Well, yeah, because the way that the stock is basically saying that like they're canceling all of their products and that everything that was, yeah, pretty wild, honestly. I have to say, don't show volatility. Ta-da! So the problem is still that the orange plot should wait, what do I have here? It's transparent. Not showing volatility. I'm showing candles. Then it's fine. Doesn't matter what this value is. And if I have show volatility turned on, then we get the lines. But if I change this back to line on close, then we have a problem because it's transparent. So if you want to go to line on close, you have to change this index to color. And the problem that we have seems to be, well, I think I can fix this. Actually, I think I know. Like, we can do what we were doing before, but I just need to put more controls around it. Man, this is getting complicated. Oh, I still have it there. That's funny. I didn't delete the backing variable. I've been all been traumatized by this debugging session that I'm like, okay, tiny little change. We go and change it. Okay, we're good. Now, if we are changing the chart type and chart type, yeah, underscore chart type equals chart type dot candles. Oh, it's like spread chart type or something like that, huh? Spread chart type dot candles. And plots of 0 does not equal null. Then plots of 0 dot brush equals brushes dot transparent. Ta-da. 5. Nope. That crashed it. Out of range. Plots. Oh, plots is not null, but plots has 0 elements in it.
Connection lost.
And plots dot length is greater than 0 instead. Let's try that again. And it's gonna try and do it, I think, here. Plots 11. Okay. Continue. Cool. Cool. All right. Indicators. And now we can see here the plot is orange. But if I click show volatility, it should now change to transparent. So if I come back in, oh no, it's orange. Wait, what? Now I'm just wigging myself out like, was that none of that necessary? I'm confused. I am definitely confused. And hear it compile. It may be working and just not showing me in the interface, perhaps? I don't know. And now the line is there. Oh, that's so weird. Interesting. It must be because the changes to this just don't get because I'm changing the plot, but that doesn't change the actual brush. Okay, so I think, oops. I think that my solution was correct. It's just not reflected. So we'll try it again. From the bottom. Remove it. Indicators. Speculator Seth. Synthetic. Dollar index. Okay. And we add it. And it looks good. So pretty. And then we come in and we say, oh, but I'm super smart. And Seth told me that it can show me volatility levels. So I'm going to come in and turn that on. And now I can see the volatility levels. And if I zoom in, oh, nope, it's not doing it. It didn't do it. Because I want this plot to be transparent, basically. There. Oh, because it does it when I change the chart type, not when I turn on the volatility thing. Oh. Okay. So if I come in and I change it to line on close, then it disappears. Because set it to be transparent. But then if I change, oh, well, but I'm not doing that. Well, okay. But I fix the problem and I can sort it. Wow, yeah. It's time to go. But I think I got it. It was just I was saying, oh, I need to set the base data series to be transparent when I change the candle type. And that's wrong. It needs to be set to be transparent when you decide to show the volatility levels. If I'm showing the volatility levels and candles, then it draws. Anyways, it's super complicated logic, but I sorted it out. There's different states. We just need to change it over in here, but that takes a little bit of background infrastructure. It's okay. The treasuries stayed pretty calm throughout the session, and when all was said and done. Like, I'm a little bit weirded out. I mean, I explained why at the beginning, right? Volatility is low, and there's reasons why these numbers are kind of screwed up. But it's still just so wild to me to see such a crazy PPI number, and treasuries barely bothered. So it's a little disconcerting, but I don't know. Next week we get data. Maybe the treasury market, and we've got the Fed chairman pick. I don't know if we'll have to wait until he's actually installed, but eventually we'll get back to a normal treasury market, I'm hoping. Maybe though investors have really just abandoned bonds and it's not moving because nobody's trading it. There's nobody buying it or selling it because they don't care. Could that be a problem at some point? Maybe. All right. Well, anyways, let's not worry about it too much. I will see you guys on Monday. I'll have this fixed. In the meantime, stay